Hello and welcome back to Distant Worlds 2. We are playing through as the Mortalen, and we have the Shakturi to deal with. We're nowhere near being able to do anything with them, but we're gonna continue trying to press along here and kind of see what happens. If anything, we get some exposure to the end game. Been detected after successfully carrying out your mission. I'll take that. All right, so we're doing that. Right now, we are gonna leave our troops on the planet until this gets built and we are comfortable with leaving. I'm always very worried, as long as the humans still exist, that this is going to be problematic. That invasion was terrible from a reputation perspective, but hopefully it gets better. Okay, we have founded a new colony. Let's go ahead and build this. Start ramping this stuff up. The other colony we potentially have, Mars, is somewhat close enough, but the diplomacy's really bad with them right now, so we can't do anything at the moment. Map repository, Ancient Guardian map, 10% mining rate. That doesn't seem so bad. Are you kidding me? All right, so that planet is in rebellion. Thankfully, we left our troops on it this time. I think I have to build outposts in these spots to get the vaults. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what we're going to do. We still have troops that aren't on the planet. Maybe we'll finish unloading all the troops just to have everything on the planet. Let's garrison everything so nobody leaves. This is a little bit problematic. People are very unhappy. We're probably going to have a rebellion on our hands here. I don't really know what to do about it. Oh, look at that. This is just freaking out over here. What the heck is going on here? So the quality for anybody but Bascarans, terrible. So everybody needs to go that isn't Bascaran. That is so bizarre. Take a look at some of these Shakturi. No, I don't want any protection. Oh, that is one downside. I used one of my colony ships to do this. Maybe I didn't need to? Apparently I did not need to do that. So let's make sure we do not establish an outpost over there. We can just use the research centers. All right, at this point, I think we just need to wait for our reputation to tick down so that everybody gets a little bit happier with us. Hey. I will do a non-aggression treaty with them for sure. All right, as soon as my colonies stop rebelling, I can move down and take out the Bascarans. Looks like we are building several more research stations. They're all really good because it's plus all research. So happy to do that. Like the world killer is still being constructed. Well, the more research stations, the merrier. It's going to help our tech development. Hoping this becomes positive relatively soon. I don't know why this population is dropping. It rebelled and it gained population. This makes no sense to me at all. You know what I'm going to try? This is probably terrible, but I'm going to try... Oh, no, that's going to negative impact on reputation. I don't want to deal with that right now. I got to recover from this negative rep. Certainly feels like it's glitching out over here. I don't know why the population is just drastically dropping. All right, so we did complete the water. Colonization suitability modifier. It didn't seem to add anything. A little strange. I would have thought it would have added something. Well, we're just going to keep waiting here until this is all built up. Hopefully it'll sort itself out eventually. All right, we got another outpost, which is not too great. Our agent got captured. That's unfortunate. I need to get these pieces. Get some research advancement. Been executed. All right, so that spy's gone. Take a look at the research tree and just see what we got. I need to start expanding more. Large cargo storage is probably a good idea. Improved colonization, might as well knock that out. Volcanic. Resource scanning. Alright, these are within 2 years. It's getting more reasonable. I think I'm just out of money. Knocking these out would be good to get better hyperdrives. What I could do, just to generate some more income, we did get those other hyperdrives earlier, so let's go to the civilian ships. And we're going to upgrade all of them. Is the quantum reactor better? Maybe. No. The Equinox hyperdrive is faster. Slightly less accurate. We're going to switch out to the Equinox hyperdrive just to make some changes here. And let's look at the armor. Yeah, I don't want to burn Hexadorium for these ships. Pretty sure it would be better. Get much higher rating, less ion defense, but much higher rating. Right, these crystal sensors seem like they're just better across the board on everything. So let's swap to that. Right, Equinox hyperdrive, Nova Core reactor, then crystal sensors. We want to try to eke another engine onto this thing. Oh, can't do it. Maximum number of engines. Gonna do the same thing here. I think speed's more important than accuracy when it comes to this, so we'll swap to the Equinox on all of these guys. Crystal sensor ray is just gonna help us see stuff better that's nearby. And given that these things are gonna be scattered all over the galaxy, I imagine um, it'll just expose a lot more enemy ships. I guess we can upgrade these to... No, they just got countermeasures. That's just worse across the board. Impact assault blasters. What garbage is that? Oh wait, that's not garbage. Those are the decent ones. Might be. Alright, I don't think I want... These are better than bubble shields, right? Yes. I don't think I want to go the route of reactive armor. Just because it's going to end up costing Hexadorium. And I don't really want to burn through all that right now. Alright, that helped the money. You can see the civilian ships under construction. Oh, you know what? What I should do... I don't know. Still have unexplored systems. Do we not have a scout ship? Well, we have some more options here when it comes to fighters. The tactical interceptor seems like the best-ish one for now. I do not want a railgun. I'd rather have the impact assault blasters. Alright, apparently it just values stronger shields. Will this Nova Core reactor be better? Yes, absolutely better. Alright, so that is going to replace all of these. I'm guessing we have a bomber that is also better. Okay. Swap this to a Nova Core. I don't know why it would. I mean, I know why it's doing it because the Fusion is technically a higher end reactor, but the Nova Core is the only one that lets it do it without losing power. All right, let's get the bomber built. We can get rid of that. We do have an exploration. Get rid of the small one. We don't need that. I feel like this is due for an upgrade. Put maximum fuel cells on it. But right now it's doing resource scanner, but we are not doing advanced survey stuff, so maybe we need to do that. Let's try that and see what happens. Alright, at least one planet is not rebelling anymore. Oh, it looks like the humans disappeared. So we only have the Beskarians and the Ekdarians here. Well, let's let that bake in the oven for a little while and see what happens. I think we got something going on over here. There we are with the open revolt again. I feel like this is just gonna tie up my troops forever. All right, lots of civilian ships getting retrofit. That's good. You know what? I didn't redesign the construction ships. I don't think. Pop a Nova Core reactor on them. Actually, are these better than the large fuel cells? They're the same. But they don't require hexadorium. Alright, so that's just better. Pop some crystal sensors on there. Oh no. Well, pulse torpedo's useless. Let's take that off of there. Alright, let's see what happens. Especially with the exploration ships. Alright, is there anything I could do with this money while I have it? We could try to make Mars happier with us. No alliances. Okay, by 17, the problem is if I give him this, it's only 10. So none of that's really going to help for now. Deacon Clan. Try to buy some spies back. Sort by name. We're just going to have to click through and see what kind of deals we have with these people. Wonder if I could steal tech from the Shakturi. My guess is it would be incredibly difficult. Still don't want to spend more than I have to. Alright. We're good there. Now let's click through and negotiate with these people. I presume none of them will have anything. Except maybe a spy if they haven't executed them. I'll take those mining stations if you want to give them to me. Oh, we could recruit some of the enemy spies or something with this money. Let's get this spy back if we can. What do you think of that deal? Ah, a little bit of fighting going on there. Right. Hey, research agreement. Very nice. I mean, they might not actually have that much research, but maybe it'll help me in some way. All right, let's go to people. Look at prisoners. I want to recruit as many spies as we can. Wait. That's not a prisoner. Or, oh. Wait. I'm confused. Why is it showing up under prisoners? Blood security. They don't have any spy on the list here. All right, this might cost a little money. Holy cow. There we go. There we go. Got several spies. Now we can put them to work. I'm going to take a look manually and see. Oh, demoralizing. That's terrible. Why did we get this guy? I think Blood Security might have been the ones executing people. So maybe I don't want to steal from them. I mean, some of these are fairly high percentage. All right, we're going to give it a shot. They're probably going to catch me. It's a little bit risky, but I am currently in the euphoric category with them, so hopefully the relationship doesn't get too damaged. Yeah, let's leave it in case. The good news is we're down to just the Boskarans on this planet. Everybody else is off of it, so that should take care of some of the negative. We have a lot of negative money right now. Private economy is like broke. Facility maintenance has ticked up a bit. There we go. Open rebellion again. Hopefully this cure will be done relatively soon. We move on to the next tech. I really need that large civilian ship. Start getting those large freighters and everything cranked out. Oh, they're loading troops, so they must be getting ready to do something. So the minute I discover a cure, a different virus breaks out. Yeah, executed by Blood Security, so that's a problem. Looks like all of our outposts are close to rebelling. Ongoing events have reduced our happiness. So that's got to be the virus. Yeah, both of these have significant negatives as a result of that. This is almost done. Hopefully this makes things a little more stable on this planet. Because I would love to get my troops off of it so I could use them somewhere else. I can't afford more troops right now, not until the economy stabilizes. But I have a feeling that's going to be a while. I'm going to build a military academy here. I think it's a good idea for the capital. Military refueling. Exploration territory. Yep. We're good there. Oh, I wonder if some of the retrofitting is what's leading to the negative cash flow. Because we are doing some state retrofitting. And then I'm curious if these are actually going to do anything. Yeah, it looks like they are. This is the new one with the advanced survey module, right? So I think we're done finding most of the minerals, so now we're surveying the unknown resources. Captured, blood security, executed. They stole prefabrication and advanced missiles. Captured by Shakturi. Captured by Shakturi. Exposed. So Shakturi are probably... Ah, they're actually still pretty happy with us. The espionage will tick away. Then there were 6. Right, we're going to cancel all these, and then we're going to send everybody after the Shakturi. Well, I think the spy missions do negatively affect us, reputation-wise. All right, this is all pretty low chance, but that chance dropped pretty quick. All right, let's go for capital ships. A lot of these people probably get captured, but if I could take a gamble on trying to get that, that would be great. And most of these weren't even my spies to begin with. They're somebody else's spies. All right, intercepted espionage, -10. That's pretty significant. Hopefully that ticks down relatively soon. All right, this is finally built. Oh no. Okay. Ongoing events have reduced our happiness, so that's the virus. It looks like that got cured. So that's going to make them happier again. So even with dissidents having stirred up unrest, we seem to be doing okay happiness-wise. Oh, well, how did Beskarians drop to a +11? That was +20. Ah, there we go. So we caught him trying to incite rebellion, finally. Well, theoretically, if this ticked down to 0 and creatures destroyed ticks up further than that, we could get... Some of this is coming from poor reputation, so... Possibility we can do okay. Well, now they're really happy. I'm just scared to take them away. Oh, okay. I feel like the minute I take them off this planet, it's gonna rebel again. Well, we're gonna have to risk it. I can't wait around here forever. We'll do a restricted trade agreement. That's fine. All right, all the troops are scooped up. Apparently, this is still getting repaired. Let's at least build a troop here and see what happens. Captured, 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 captured. Okay, that's gonna plummet espionage. Well, that's unfortunate. Hopefully somebody still makes progress there. Nope. Alright, so we're gonna have to talk to the Shakturi. I don't really have enough resources for this, so The spies are just gonna have to stay in prison for now. Alright, well, let's head down to Agamar. Get ready to trounce them. They don't have a shipyard in their capital? They must be really hurting economically. Well, large-scale troop transports will be helpful. So will large cargo storages. Starting to kind of brute force technology by having a bunch of research stations and regular stations. A lot of independent colonies. Somebody must be having a bad time spinning off all these as independent colonies. Now, it looks like there's still planets we could potentially build on. Or I should say mining stations. Oh, definitely want to grab that if we can. Exodorium, man. Gotta get as much of that as possible. Alright, large-scale troop transports are done, which means we can retrofit our ships and add more space to them. Alright, you're the one that's angry, but hopefully it'll be okay. Look at how fast these guys go compared to me. They're just buzzing across the galaxy. I mean, the good news is they seem to be just harassing outposts. So as long as it stays to outposts, I'm kind of strangely okay with it. Why would Boscarans be on this planet? Alright, let's retrofit our troop transport real quick. We'll leave this with Gear X because all the rest of the ships are staying Gear X. Doesn't need 2 reactors, so let's add another large troop compartment. And then I think we decided the mega density fuel cells are better than the large fuel cells because they don't require exodorium. We also determined that the railguns were garbage. Right, the rest of this should be fine. I suppose we're taking those off. Oh, we should have attacked those while we were there. Just to bump our reputation back up. It'll eventually go up, but hopefully the Shakturi are less upset with me now. Yeah, they're back to euphoric. It's increasing little by little. I didn't... he must have sent himself to blood security. We have no spies right now. That is not good. So I'll re-indicate to do that, but I don't really know what's gonna happen there. Once we get here, we'll get a better idea what's going on planet. Alright, we should be getting pretty close here. Take a look at our construction ships. I think most of them are doing something. Or they're retrofitting, one of the two. Alright, so they do have some stuff here. Lots of troops. Their war. I should have checked to make sure they weren't friendly with anyone, but thankfully they weren't. Okay, we're gonna want attack strength. And we're gonna want to bombard this planet. It's gonna hurt our reputation. But it is what it is. Necessary evil. We may have to just destroy the planet. Because there's no way I'm gonna be able to kill all this stuff. Bring back the pods. We already have a cure for the genetic scrambling virus. So unfortunately, I may just need to bombard this into oblivion. I'll never have the troop strength to kill all this stuff. Well, maybe. Let's stop bombarding if we can. See if we can actually invade now. I mean, they have almost no population left. So we'll just have to see if we can wipe them out. I'm a little worried about the population actually dying during the invasion. Alright, we did manage to take it. It is extremely angry with us. We're gonna garrison everything for the time being. Actually, let's finish unloading troops there. There's not really much population to rebel. Oh, hello. Capital ships, robotic troops. Ancient Mortalen homeroom, huh? Not homeroom, homeworld. That is an outpost that the Hakonish have. I kind of feel like I gotta try to take that back, right? It's my homeworld. I wonder how one converts an outpost to a colony. All right, let's take a look. So we got. I mean, did we not know our own people already? We are Mortalen. Yeah, did we not already have all this? I mean, apparently not. We should unlock all these vaults. I'm kind of glad we got the capital ships, because then we got carriers, cruisers. Oh, we didn't. We just got part of the research. Okay. Well, that's fine. This would be good to add to the queue as well, because long range, our large exploration ships will have 2 sensors, so we can have both those sensor types on there. Bump that up the list to get it done. Not seeing any other tech that is even close to in progress there. Don't attack it, capture it. Rather capture all these mining. The population this low, the good thing is the negative, the assimilation and the negativity should be pretty tolerable. Alright, the good news is we should be able to colonize this now. Yeah, so actually capturing that would be pointless because we're going to colonize it anyway. Yeah, looks like we're going in for repair here. What are you firing at? Alright, well, let's do our best to get this planet under control. I cannot build the building I need to build yet. Need a little more cash. There we go. Get this cranked out. That will help with the corruption, development, and everything else. %18 damage. That's massive. I really need to get better bombardment weapons and stuff. That was an ancient. Well, it was in the system. It wasn't the capital or anything. Unjustified wars. I thought every war was justified now. We'll go take this planet. Maybe we'll leave him here. Or maybe not. That seems like a pretty populated planet. Alright, large civilian ships. That's large freighters, passenger ships, fuel tankers, medium colony ships. Those are all like pretty big upgrades. Hey, kept my reactor and mega density fuel cells. Very nice. Alright, that's gonna be fuel L1. Obsolete the old ones. This is where we start getting some money in our account, because we are gonna be able to build large passenger ships. Alright, that should be good. And then what else do we need to build here? We never built a bastion. Probably should. Alright, I don't think we're gonna do anything with that right now, but good to have it. Have a template for it anyway. Light cruiser. We do have to build one of those at some point, but that's not our primary concern here. We need medium colony ship. And then we can sunset the small one. And then last but not least, we need freighter. Large freighter. Let the retrofit him at some point. Alright, nothing's upgrading to that. That will just build it. I will have to obsolete the medium passenger ship. I can never remember if the passenger ships upgrade. I think they do. Alright, private economy's doing fairly well. We're gonna see them trickle in and starting to do some construction. The rebellions are the outposts and this planet, which we knew was going to be a challenge. Let's build all these resort bases that we can. Never gonna hurt to have the extra money from that. Then looking through here, seems like plenty of spaces to build stuff still. Got a fair amount of ships that aren't in a fleet that are flying around here doing stuff. I'm a little worried I'm gonna have to do the same thing on the next planet and bombard the heck out of it and tarnish our reputation even more. Why are they harassing me? They have torrent drives? Oh, hello. Hold on. I mean, they're gonna come in over here and attack. Alright, light carrier. Man, this has a lot of potentially good tech. I would love to capture this thing. And it jumped away the second we started attacking it. I don't think any of these have torrent drives. No. They do have some improved stuff, though. Let's see if we can trick it into coming really close to us. There we go. And then we'll just try to capture it all at once before it can run away. Very nice. So I think velocity shards, maybe the repeating blasters might be an improvement from our current tech. The Hive want to go to peace with us. I'm debating if it's worth going to peace with them now, letting everything recover, or if I want to double down. All right, we need to get over here. That system needs to become ours. We'll hop over there in a bit. Hopefully they're dumb enough to send another big ship towards us. Right, this thing's a piece of garbage. We can get rid of this. Which general is better? Okay, so we got Yentor and Zadri. This guy's probably ultimately better. Alright, so we've colonized this planet. I'm just like deficit spending this entire game. Alright, there we go. Got that built. Saw something over here saying there's an enemy. Oh, it's over here. I guess we could jump over here and take this out. That would help our reputation a little bit. Are these guys still harassing me? Oh, they're at war with a couple people. We're seeing if any of their ships have the torrent drives. Nope. Alright. Well, that one's gonna become ours. Slippery Miracle. Okay. It's an interesting name. What did we just attack? Oh, what just got destroyed there? Alright, this is gonna get expensive. I'm a little worried about these defensive bases. Maybe I shouldn't have built them. Alright, large cargo bay just got researched. So let's go ahead and turn that out. That is going to be another retrofit. Particularly civilian ships. Want all the freighters to have these larger things. Still with the mega density fuel cells. Alright, everything else can stay the same. Mining ship for sure. About that Nova Core reactor. Mega density fuel cells. Everything else can stay the same. Haven't built any large freighters yet. Alright, that should be good. That private economy is going to stay tanked for a while with all these upgrades that need to be done. The AI is doing a lot more of this rebellion stuff. We're almost to the point where they're not angry enough with us. Probably once this is done being built, and then I can pull my troops off. Alright, these guys I definitely want to break down once I do the repairs on them. Did it jump away already? Alright, we're down to -8, but I'm still gonna wait. Pull the troops off until this is built. Some of these troop transports are queued up for repairs, and they're not gonna leave until the repairs are done, so it's almost pointless until all these repairs get done. And it is taking its sweet time. Mission score 50k. Oh, so they had a mission they did. No, we should do. It's probably cheap enough now. Knock out some of these techs. It'll at least temporarily help bump our reputation while it's in the hole. All right, habits are finally happy. Hopefully, assimilation will be relatively quick. Population's going down. They must be transporting somewhere. Oh, Xenox. So I'm bumping up our reputation by just doing a bunch of diplomacy research, just to temporarily offset some of the invasion and bombardment costs. Hopefully that'll go down, and that is helping us get to cash positive because that bumps reputation across. The reputation increase bumps the happiness across our entire empire on all of our planets. So 3 more of those should put us more into the cash positive. And it will tick down over time, but so will the bombardment and invasions. So it's just kind of offsets it. And they've been moving the wrong population off the planet. Two more research or diplomacy researches would be good. All right, there are no new colonies. These guys are creeping close to being neutral. All right, I gotta get these troops going. All right, there we go. We captured that. Add that to the retrofit pile. So can we stop what we are doing and come over here? Will everyone come with? Probably, yeah, okay. They did. All right, so let's go to manage troops. Ungarrison everyone. Load the troops. Everyone is loaded. Looks like we might have lost some troops. Unless they're still healing. Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be another bombardment here. Let's hop in there and yep. This may not go so well. I'll probably go to peace with them after I take this planet. We could leave them over here for now. I really got to let my economy repair, or I should say my reputation repair. I'm about to make it worse again. All right, now we can retrofit our colony ship. Actually, it's a V2, so we don't need to upgrade it. The in-place upgrade. All right, they don't do anything too crazy here. All right, that is destroyed. Now we should be able to... Oh crap, did I click prepare and invade? No, I clicked bombard. Thank God. Alright, this is, again, it's going to ruin our reputation a little bit. It will eventually tick back, but for the time being, it's going to be pretty bad. Wow, that is really racking up the negative points there. Probably because I'm killing so much of the population. But I kind of have to. Right. We're good there. Now we can invade. That immediately rebelled because it was so negative. All right, so maybe we can go to peace now. All right, give me these things. I will give you... That's too much. I'll tell you about some of these systems. All right, we are now at peace. Hopefully that will make these people a little... Yeah, it almost immediately made them a little less angry with me. Lots of damage to these colonies. We are going to have to repair that at some point. All right, let's look at our research. I do want to get some more... Maybe we'll crank that out real quick, just to be done with it. So our reputation is recovering. It will take some time because I bombarded the heck out of that planet. Not always a good thing. But I think we can go ahead and call it a day there. I'm definitely over on the time I normally allot for these episodes, but I wanted to finish my war with them. So we got that war done. At this point, we are just trying to recover our reputation. Maybe go cash positive once the reputation ticks up in that direction. And then we need to figure out who our next target's going to be. This is all the Shakturi, right? So they've been creeping over here, finding their way into these planets. I wonder... I don't know, I'm a little afraid, but I wonder if I took a planet from them, if I would get any research off of anything. I mean, I'm nowhere near powerful enough really to deal with it. But let's go ahead and let these angry colonies recover. Let everything tick down here. Get our cash flow going in the right direction. Overall, 1,000 million population, 33 colonies. That is an increase from last time. We are getting harassed by these guys, but maybe we can do some harassment back towards them at some point. Yeah. Keep coming in here and bothering me. I'm thinking if we could find a ship, yeah, like this one had a torrent drive. If we could find ships that have torrent drives, that would be incredible, because then we could tear them down and get research off of that. But if they don't have a torrent drive, it's not really useful to me. But I think we will go ahead and call it an episode there. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to see more content in the future. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.